thought long and hard about this Barbie. What's her story? Who is she? What does she do? And then finally it dawned on me. She is no other than tourist travel Barbie from the 1980s. And what does she need? A giant pink camera. So let's get started. Now, what you're going to want to do is find an old recycled Amazon box or cardboard box. That's a good size. I don't know what's a good size, whatever you want to do. And what I started with is I put 2 janky holes in the top, and I would highly suggest maybe using a different tool. But like I said, I was using what I had on hand and I didn't know where my utility knife is, so I just kind of jammed my scissors in there. So be careful. I put 2 holes on top, and then I put some yarn that I got from the Dollar Tree. So if you don't have this, go to the Dollar Tree. I put that around, not around, but in the box, tied it so that I could wear this on my neck. So if I was at work, I could carry it around and I could pretend to take pictures. Then I secured the box. I used hot glue, and what I'd highly recommend is if you have hot glue or like painter's tape to put your box together like that, because I left some of the packaging tape on my box and the paint did cover it, but it did start peeling off throughout the day. Then of course we have to make an iconic pink color because Barbie is all about that pink, especially in the 80s. So I just covered this entire box with pink paint, which took a while. If you have white, I would maybe even recommend starting with the white and then putting the pink on top because it will help it pop more, but I was feeling too lazy, so I just did 2 coats. Well, I ended up having to do 2 coats anyways, so yeah, you might just want to start with white. Now what we need to do is cut some circles. The circles are going to be for the lens. So I cut a larger circle and a slightly smaller circle, and now well, coming up next you'll see all the different shapes that I cut out. But I cut out a large rectangle, 2 small rectangles, and a funny piece that's like a circle and like with a stick coming out of it. And I have them all laid out, so in a moment if you want to just pause there and see what shapes that I decided to cut, you can copy those. And then also you can copy what colors that I did, because I did a slightly dark pink, and then some of the pieces were black, and then some of the pieces were white. In this next part, I'm going to be cutting out a small circle for the power button, and then also like the screen, a big rectangle for like, you know, the picture view on the screen that they used to have or whatever on those big old school cameras, and we're going to paint a picture on that. So now I'm finishing up the lens with just some highlights to make it look like there's actually a lens in there, and obviously I'm doing it in a very cartoon fun way, but just some circles, and you can copy what I did here. It looks really cool. And I'm doing another white layer of white, or I guess the first layer of white on that power button that I'm going to glue to the top of the Barbie camera. Camera. Here I'm just adding some details to the flash because it's an old school flash, and this is where the film used to be held in the old school cameras. So it was a cylinder shape, so I'm kind of just adding some highlights and lowlights to make it look and appear a little bit more round. And then I'll add a big white highlight right in the middle. Second layer of white to the power button, and now we're going to do an ocean's scene for the picture. It's going to be very simple, very cartoon. I'm just doing a dark layer of blue in the middle, and then on the top it's going to be light blue for the sky, and I used burnt sienna on the bottom to create a what would be like the sand. So you don't have to do anything crazy. It's just kind of for fun, pretending like I took a picture of the beach, right? Because we're travel Barbie. Don't forget to also grab some white and make some happy little clouds up in the sky. I love how this turned out. Really simple, but super fun. Now it's time to position everything. So make sure you pause so that you can position the camera in the same way that I did. But yeah, I positioned everything, made sure it looked the way I wanted it to, and then I got my hot glue gun out and I glued everything down so it was nice and secure. So this is what the front's gonna look like. Alright, now we're going to position the power button, or the capture button I should say, on the top. I would suggest doing that on the opposite side because it bothered me that it wasn't on my right side, but you know, that's just the little details. And now the picture view. If anyone wants to let me know in the comments what that's called, I forgot what it's called, but I'm going to glue that on the back in the center of my camera also. My last final touch was the Barbie logo, which I printed on sticker paper and I put it on the top of my camera. And here is the final review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week when I show you how I made the prop suitcase to go with this amazing, iconic, and adorable toy camera.